left-hand side, let me introduce to you an absolute legend of AFTV. Yes, Laurie the Legend Lyle.
You know what? Thank you so much. I've been called a lot of things, but never a legend.
You are indeed the backbone,
if you're
the
going to call me that,
realm of AFTV.
Who am I to argue? But yeah, thanks, man.
Good man, good man. And to my right-hand side, another legend. We've brought the big hitters in today. Yes, this man is the judge, the juror, the executioner. We have Mr. Lee Judges in the building. Hollywood himself.
Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you.
And
I'll take that.
good, mate. Listen, you're the man. And before I go on, a big happy birthday to my daughter, Honey. It is her 12th birthday.
Happy birthday, Honey.
Happy birthday, indeed.
She's an amazing child. I'm blessed to have her.
What kind of dad are you?
Huh?
You're here. You should be at home.
I've got to work, man. I've got to pay for these children, do you know what I mean? Work, do you know what I mean?
So happy birthday, Honey.
Should have had the day off. What do you reckon, Honey? Like?
So, yeah, big birthday. I hope you have a great day and looking forward to seeing you later. So, the big one, guys, let's get straight into it. What we're going to do today, something slightly different, we are going to use the AFTV app. We're going to run through our predicted 11, OK? We're going to stick it down on the app. I'm going to send it over to production. Hopefully they're going to put it up on the screen to show you guys at home how good the AFTV app and the features that it has. So, starting in goal, gentlemen.
Kepa for me.
Straight up Kepa, yeah.
It's beginning to forget he was at the club.
We're going 4-3-3, yeah?
Oh, yeah, well,
same system.
Yeah.
Cool. Then let's go to right back.
Depending on fit, who's fit, but if Mascara isn't fit, then I'm paying Josh Nichols at right back.
Josh Nichols, okay.
What's happening with Ben White, Bob?
I think Ben White's fit.
Yeah, I'm putting Ben White in the centre half.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going Josh Nichols, yeah?
Well, no, I don't know. I'm just putting it out there.
Okay. We've got to agree on this.
Well, I don't know if Mascara is Mascara fit or not.
No, Mascara's not fit.
He's definitely not fit.
I didn't think he was fit. I believe he's not.
But he has been training. So is that one of?
It could be. It could be
swervers
on Artetaism. Okay. Because Julian Timber's fit as well.
No, he needs to be
rested.
We've got the game against Chelsea on Wednesday. I'll go Ben White.
Ben White, right back, yeah? We'll go Ben White, right back. Yeah. Okay, so, right centre-back, who are we going for? I mean...
might have to defer to the judge on this one.
You know what I mean? I'm going this other... You've got to play Saliba and
Saliba, should we go Saliba?
Saliba and Gabriel then, you know, if we've got no central defenders.
So, left-sided centre-back.
Well, you just said Gabriel.
Yeah, I'd like to see Calafiori, but like...
the thing is with Gabriel, that does make sense because although it's a bit of a risk, he's not too long back from injury.
Yeah, he needs more game time.
Yeah, he needs more game time.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'd go with Gabriel.
Left back. I think it's only one choice here, isn't it?
Miles
Lewis-Skelly.
He needs a good game as well.
He does, doesn't he?
The young man's form recently has not been the best.
Okay.
So, yeah, he needs game time.
So let's go with our number 6 then. Holding midfield, Norgard, yeah?
Norgard.
In agreement, Christian Norgard, let's stick him in there. Right, so let's go for the other part of the midfield on the right-hand side. Who are we going for? Eze, yeah?
Oh, sorry, hang on.
Right,
number 8.
Yeah, number 8.
Oh, number 8, Marino.
Marino, yeah? Okay, cool. Let's go for our number 10.
Eze.
Cool.
Another one who needs a good game.
Yeah, definitely. I think Eze's been out for a few games and it will be great to see him come into the side, put in a good performance. And I think Portsmouth is an ideal game for this. So let's go with our right winger.
Madueke
for D.
Yeah. Okay, good shout. Madueke. It'd be good to have a good game from him as well. Looked lively when he come on against Liverpool. Interesting balls into the box. So let's go to the left-hand side.
Martinelli.
Gabriel, mate. Martinelli.
Okay, yeah, after the other night.
Much talked about Gabriel.
It was, wasn't it?
Man of the moment.
People wanted him banned from the Premier League, chastised, 10
he's
game
made a mistake,
bans.
you know, and at the end of the day, you know, I'm pretty sure I speak for most Arsenal fans, we wish Conor Bradley a speedy recovery. Yeah. You know what I mean? In his defence was right by that, like on Thursday. Martinelli didn't see him fall over. He was backwards. When I see it, I thought, that could be that. So I'm sticking up for Martinelli there. But at the end of the day, he shouldn't have done what he done. But at the end of the day,
It wasn't malicious, was it?
Massive big deal was.
I'll tell you something else. We watched it at the Hippodrome, and when the incident happened, everybody was, if not applauding Martinelli, they were saying, look, fair enough, because I've got to say, at the time, we thought there might have been a bit of play acting involved, especially when you consider what Frimpong had done earlier in the game. So
and
now
Saka
we know.
And Martinelli, by the way.
Yeah, okay,
we're all at it.
Yeah, exactly.
And definitely, do you know what? My point on that is if you go to the Emirates every week, you know, and you watch Arsenal, you will notice that definitely this season, and in seasons gone by, the teams are 0-0 at the Emirates is a good result for any team. I don't care who you are. Bear in mind, and I back this up, we've smoked Bayern Munich there, we've done Atletico Madrid, we've done the top teams. Going to, you know, the Emirates, you've got to be careful that you don't get put to the sword. So at 93 minutes there, 0-0, and this Liverpool, I don't think they've been beaten. They're on a 10-game unbeaten run or something like that. So that's a good result from it. It's a good point, and to waste a bit of time.
I've got no problem with teams time wasting.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing as well, very, very
game.
quickly. I don't want to belabor this subject, but I think it's an important point to make. Last year, I was at the Palace game. I know you were at that game. Remember when Saka went down?
Yeah, no, actually.
Far touchline. Lacroix, I think it was, stood over him, harassing him, putting his knee on him, telling him to get up. Palace fans going mad at him. Look, Saka was out for 4 or 5 months. So, in the heat of the moment, these things happen.
Of course they do.
Right, so let's go to our centre forward quickly, because...
I'll let Laurie go for this one, what he thinks.
Yeah.
You know what? I've given this a lot of thought, especially in the light of, you know what I mean, some of the excoriation he's been getting. I'm going to stick Gyökeres for this game. He needs to go badly. His confidence is shot to pieces. Let's hope he can get a start today, get a goal. I mean, a lot of people will be interested to hear what the judge says, advocating for Jesus. I wouldn't have a problem with that. But me personally, I'm starting to feel real sorry for Gyökeres now. I shouldn't really, because he's big enough and old enough to look after himself. But the man needs a goal. And he's not going to get that by sitting on the bench.
So I've completed our predicted 11.
What am I meant to say?
I can understand what you're going for on that, but for me, Jesus now, at the end of the day...
You're giving up?
I've not given up. I think at the end of the day, maybe him being on the bench for a few games when it's like the game opens up 20 minutes from the end, he might be a killer for us. I don't know. But he's not a killer for us in the first 70 minutes. So
one of the tabloid journalists have described him as the worst, or one of the worst centre forwards in the Premier League. Now that is real. That is a real fall from grace.
Do you know what? I think all of this is a bit with Gyökeres. Listen, he's had a couple of bad games. He was terrible against Liverpool, and I'll get that.
Only one, by the way.
But if you
it's more than a couple as well.
No. But then okay, was the Bournemouth game? Was he terrible in that game?
He wasn't terrible, but you know what I mean. If you expect better, okay.
I'll tell you how I would answer that, right, very quickly. So, and I've had this discussion with a number of people. The problem with Gyökeres' situation at the moment, I always say a centre forward's position is completely binary. This stuff about holding up the ball, bringing others into play, making runs, you're judged on the goals you score. Yeah. The stats are that Gyökeres has not scored a goal from open play now for, is it 10 or 11 games?
Yep.
That is cause for concern.
Definitely, 100%, and I get your point. And listen, I'm not saying, I'm just saying it's another point. So that game against Bournemouth, and when I saw the Declan Rice goal, and he drags 5 defenders, if he wasn't that much of a threat, would he be marked by 5 Bournemouth defenders? No, he wouldn't. Like, if he wasn't a threat, he'd be left on his own. But he had that many, that allows another... You know, we've got nine players, take Gyökeres out, and they've had 5 dragged out. They've only got another 5 players to essentially mark the rest of our 9 players.
That's all fine and dandy. But at the end of the day,
we won the game.
All fine and dandy what you're saying, and I agree with it. But we've had that with Havertz, we've had that with Jesus. The reason that he's been brought in is because he's a different animal to those guys, because he scores goals, the bread and butter goals that we haven't been able to have. And he's not doing it. The ball goes across in the first half from Declan Rice. He's not there. I've seen that on a few occasions, Aston Villa. You know, like, where are the tap-ins? When he was getting him at the beginning of the season, for whatever reason, systems or whatever, the guy doesn't look like he's scoring goals, Marty. Like. And at the end of the 100%. Day, that is what he's there for. You've got Kai Havertz fit now, and I'm sorry, once he's fit, he's in.
It's ruthless.
He's in. King Kai's back.
I get it. I understand. Good, you know. Fair point, but I think this game is a perfect opportunity for Gyökeres to get goals.
And what if he doesn't score?
But then,
right,
yes, I was just coming to that. If he doesn't score and he has the stinker against Portsmouth, then it could capitulate his confidence even further, and then you end up in a free fall of this guy. And obviously, the Arsenal fans going to melt down, and we all know the story. But listen, sometimes it will take time. I remember, listen, if you go back and read the papers, what they were saying about Dennis Bergkamp. I'm not saying Gyökeres is going to be a Dennis Bergkamp. I'm not saying that at all. But he was shocking for the first good few months.
I disagree with that.
He wasn't good, mate.
I disagree with that.
Do you remember that in '96 when he came?
But he weren't shocking.
He wasn't good, mate.
You could still see he was a good player. You could still see eventually.
I would have to agree with you.
100%.
The press were hammering him.
Well, I don't care what the press were saying, mate. I was watching it. You could tell he was a talent. And it was going to happen. And
I think that's a bit of a stretch for you to compare him with.
I'm not. No.
He scored 2 goals against Southampton.
Don't start all that.
And let's be honest, from there, it didn't go from there. Yeah. I'll tell you a better scenario of it all, and I'll be really honest with it, is Thierry Henry.
Yeah,
it's a better scenario of it. Like, I watched him at one game. I can't remember. It might have been Southampton. I thought, God, what have we got here? And then all of a sudden he scores and he goes on, like, you know what I mean? Like,
what about what's his name, the little guy, our so-called fox in the box? Remember when he came?
Gyökeres.
Yeah, he's starting to look like a Franny Gyökeres.
Yes,
but the thing with Gyökeres and all that, he come to the club when we had top players around, like, and he was never going to be a regular. When you're asking Gyökeres, and you're going to go back to Dennis Bergkamp and even Henry at that, they were coming in as regulars. You know what I mean? I had a great conversation with Ian Wright, you know, a couple of weeks ago, and he turned around and said, you know what I mean, do you know what made it for me at Arsenal? I've played against Leicester, scored. Remember the goal that he got against us? He slipped as he shot it, like, but it went in. Yeah. And then he went to Southampton at the weekend, 3 goals, hat-trick, pressure off, goals come flowing. Like, at the end of the day, as good as he, you know, listen, he's no mug, Gyökeres, let's be honest and all that. But professional players lack confidence, and he needs confidence. But if he scores 3 goals, if he plays today and scores 3 goals against Portsmouth, what's people going to turn around and say? It's only Portsmouth.
Yeah.
But for him,
just
the sensation of him hitting the back of the net, I would imagine will lift his confidence significantly. Because to me, I mean, I'll tell you why you know that you're looking at a guy that's so badly out of form. Remember a couple of weeks ago, the Brighton game? He's through on goal.
Yeah.
He had the he could have. He had time and space to either loft it or put it either side of the keeper. If he hits that properly,
it's a goal.
That's going in. He just basically it's a back pass.
Definitely.
And as soon as I saw that, I thought that is somebody with
lacking
no confidence.
So team news is going to be released at 1 o'clock, as you can see by the sidebar on the the screen right here. This is our predicted 11. We use the AFTV app, and what a simple application it is.
Just want to say, Gyökeres isn't mine, right? But we'll see how many we get right. But Gyökeres is not mine.
Who are we going to make captain?
That's
Marino.
a good shout.
Because there's no Saka, there's no...
Marino, well, if Gabriel's playing, it'd be Gabriel, wouldn't it? But like,
I think
Marino has captained Arsenal, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Right, so
I would go Gabriel.
Quick super chat to read out from @AlexSmith5083. What you think better, Spurs getting relegated or us winning the title at the end of the season?
Well, it's a no-brainer.
It's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Both of those things could happen as well. Well, one definitely will happen.
I don't.
Both could happen.
It's a shame. I don't think Spurs. I think they're a bit too far in front. I think they're on 27 points or 23.
I've got to say though about Spurs, I'm kind of surprised how bad it's gone for Thomas Frank. I honestly thought it'd be a significant upgrade on Ange, but
then
is
it just as simple as changing a manager and bringing in 1 or 2 players? I think, listen, for a team that's finished 16th last season, you need a lot more than changing a manager and bringing in 1 or 2 players. I don't think even Kudos is that good a player. I think he's very inconsistent. I always said this when he was at West Ham, and there's a few Arsenal fans that wanted him at Arsenal, and I personally, my personal opinion, I didn't rate him. I said he's too inconsistent and he's not an upgrade on what we've got. And you need a lot more to change a terrible side, which is what they were.
But I still thought, especially when they beat us in pre-season, I know they sort of dropped the low block and all that, but they just had a look of a team that had a little sense of purpose about them. Yeah. So for them to implode the way they're doing, I'm a bit surprised.
They've been found out, haven't they?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At the end of the day, like, you know, I couldn't believe how far superior I only watched the first half. I couldn't believe how far superior Aston Villa were in that first half. Like, you know, a team that's got that stadium, got good players. They've still got decent players. You know, they've got the best centre halves in the world, haven't they? Tottenham.
Oh yeah, of course they. What, Mickey van der Ven and Romero? Yeah, yeah, they're amazing.
You know, I mean, he's the best player since Maldini. So
you said that with a straight face. I thought, where's he going with it?
But like, you know, that's what they say. You know what I mean? Like,
he's got to tell you what he's good at. Going
any
to the
team
fans
in the Premier League is what I hear
from
them lot. Every team, every club, get in the Premier League and every team like so. But here they are conceding 3 against Bournemouth, 2 against whatever. Concede. And Villa were unbelievable in that first half. And when you look back, I was talking to them 5 years ago, when Emery turned up at Aston Villa, they were 4th from bottom, right? And he's turned it around so much unbelievably, like, you know, and overtook Spurs by a country mile. And there's no, you know what I mean, people will argue, I'll argue with you, if when you turn around and say, oh, Aston Villa not a bigger club, I think, you know what I mean, Aston Villa are right up there as a you know what I mean, like, what, champions, they've won that, the Champions League or the European Cup, they've won that, they get big crowds, they're a big fan base, you know what I mean, like, but they never spoke about it as in, like, top 6 or, like, you know, Tottenham are in front of that, like, you know, there's an argument yesterday that they've completely overtook Tottenham now, like, you know. I think that's the 3rd time they've gone there and won. There's only one other team that's done that.
No one was surprised at the result yesterday.
No.
But I am surprised that Thomas Frank has had such a poor start because I did rate him.
Why?
Because I saw what he'd done with Brentford and he looked like a manager that's astute tactically, carries himself well. I just thought, don't get me wrong, I wasn't seeing him like competing for the league or anything like that, but I just felt that he would be an upgrade on Ange. But at the moment...
When you look at it, they've had 2 of the best managers of our time, Premier League time, in Conte and Mourinho. Yeah. And so what gives you the Thomas Frank?
No, I just said he'd be an upgrade on Ange. I'm surprised that it's gone so badly for him so soon.
But do you know what? Do you not think as well the British media have a lot to play in that? Don't you think it's funny how they released that picture of him with the Arsenal Cup at a certain time? Because that was clearly taken at the Emirates when they came to the Emirates.
What?
Did Thomas Frank with an Arsenal Cup?
No, he weren't. The Bournemouth game. He's even admitted it.
Mate. No, it wasn't.
Are you trying to tell us something?
That was at the Emirates. That was at the Emirates. That was taken at the Emirates.
No,
so why has he
come out and said it was a mistake by him then?
He said it's a mistake by him, but he didn't. That was taken at the Emirates.
Yeah, but
it's been chosen to be released.
He would have turned around and said, "Oh, I had that at the Emirates."
Mate,
that picture's been going viral now for the last few days. Surely, if it was AI or whatever,
that's what we would have thought at first. No, I'm telling you, that was taken at the Emirates. Honestly, that was taken at the Emirates.
I'm not having that because he would have said that. Why did he say? He said that.
And even if it was at the Emirates, why is he walking on a picture of an Arsenal Cup?
They've just given it to him, haven't they? Stitched him up. But why be released at that certain time? If I'm honest with you, the situation with him, not that I really care, and I'm glad to see him. You know, it's Tottenham, but I do think you need to give the guy a bit of time. Like he needs to
tell us that. Tell the Spurs
give him another 10 years.
Tell expressions that.
No, I know, but all this.
He loses at West Ham, he's gone.
Yeah,
I don't care. I know a lot of my Spurs mates and all that. Like, listen. Mark, you can say what you want, right? There's a lot of my Spurs mates, like my brother included, will never wear a red shirt, right? Now, like for us, it's a little bit different, like to wear a blue shirt or a white shirt because it's not. Red is a very, like strong,
powerful colour.
Powerful colour, right? Is, yeah. They choose not to wear it. Right, will not wear red, right. Any shape or form.
Really, isn't it? Wow.
No, won't wear a red
that's
top.
Deep, man.
And you know, like Spurs fans will tell you that. So to drink out of an Arsenal cup or something like that, he's never going. My brother comes round, I'll put an Arsenal cup in front of him, he ain't drinking it.
Yeah,
like, same as me, like with a Spurs cup. So for him to do that, it's just.
No, I get it. Wherever he's done it, and obviously to know there's cameras around.
I know what he's done it for. He said, This ain't going well. I need to get the sack here quickly as possible.
Do you think that was that a kind of window into the state of his mind? He's just all over the place.
Well, I mean,
because that is such a bad mistake to make, bro. Somebody hands you a cup of coffee. If I hand you that, like you're going to take a little look at it because you're going to drink out of it. Right?
I get it.
So it's not like
it's just a complete error on his part.
Yeah.
It's just complete error of not understanding the rivalry between Arsenal and Spurs. It's been
in football now for long enough. It would be like
if I gave either one of you a Spurs mug at any time, you wouldn't touch it. You wouldn't take it.
I don't touch anything. This is a true story, right? Yeah. When my nephews were younger, like they'd come round Christmas, like have them all round like for Christmas, and my brother come over and all that. Like my mum would get them one of their Christmas presents would be Spurs shirts. So I have them running around my house in Spurs shirts. But if one of them came, we've got a nephew called Nate, would come and sit up, and I go, no. I'd come and sit on my lap.
Because you don't want that picture taken.
I don't want to have that Spurs shirt there. When he had his Spurs shirt off, come and sit with me.
Right.
But I'm not having it.
I had a situation, it was Christmas, this was years ago, when Honey she was about 4 years old, and my cousins, I've spoken to about this, they're Spurs fans. So anyway, they sent her a Christmas present, which was a Spurs shirt. She unwrapped it, I grabbed it straight off and threw it straight in the fire. And
threw
it straight in, because we had the fire going, because it was obviously Christmas cold, and I picked it up and I went and threw it straight in the fire.
What did she say?
Honey, she was like, she even at that age, she understood. But Jess obviously went, oh, what are you doing? It's her present. I went, are you serious, mate? I went, it's a Spurs shirt. I think you think I'm having that in my house?
I would have got the money back on it.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
No, it went straight in the fire. The thing went up like
it's just a bad thing, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's not a good look from him. And I you know what I mean? I don't know why he done it.
It's a crazy look.
Crazy.
I think it just gives you a sort of...
They're done with him now. A lot of my Spurs mates now, not because of the cup. You know what I mean? Like that's just what Spurs fans don't. They can't stand it, right? And I get this because we've been there before. When Spurs are not doing well, the worst thing you want then is Arsenal being top of the league or whatever. Like when we were struggling a few years ago, Spurs were a very good side. It hurts even more, right? So they don't like that. And then all of a sudden, like, you know, he's got an Arsenal Cup and all that. It makes the pressure 100 times worse, and they're done with him now.
And then the style of football apparently is really
they're done with him.
Yeah. Cool. So on to Portsmouth v Arsenal.
Can we get Spurs in the next round of the Cup if we win tonight?
Yeah,
I want to go Spurs all right.
Yeah, I think that's coming in the Premier League soon. So
22nd, yeah.
So Portsmouth. Got Portsmouth today. They are fourth bottom in the Championship. Yeah. How do you guys see this game going?
Do you know what? This game for me, it's a different game. You know, when you're playing the Premier League, you're playing up against a team that's ultimate goal might not be the same as yours. Like, for instance, a point might be a good for the team, the opposition that you're playing. Like, sometimes even a 1-0 defeat isn't the end of the world for them because of goal average and things like that. When you're playing in the FA Cup, it's the same. You're on the same thing. You want the same thing. It's about getting into the next round. So it's a different pressure. So the same pressure that Arsenal got today, Portsmouth have got, like, you know, or that's further off you go down the line. So I think it's a good thing now. I'm not worried about today. Like, I'm not worried about today or Wednesday, but I'll be nervous come for Saturday against Forest because it's a different pressure.
Yeah.
You know, at the end of the day, you can go in, you can draw this game like we did against Crystal Palace a couple of weeks ago, still go through on penalties, ain't the end of the world. But you draw in a Premier League game at home, it's not good. So, you know, I think it's get some players, get some minutes, get through, and that's how I see it.
So we've got 4 away games coming up in 4 different competitions.
Never been done before, apparently.
It hasn't.
Interesting. I mean, listen, my view is this. I'm a big lover of the FA Cup. I'm old enough to remember that the FA Cup was the big deal, believe it or not, back in the day. So I've always been a big lover of the FA Cup. We've got a great record. I think we're the record holders 14 times. United have won it 13. It's the only trophy that Mikel Arteta has won. We haven't done so well in the competition in recent years.
Yep.
I'd really love us to... if not win it, definitely go on a run. It's something for the fans as well, isn't it? fans can engage with the FA Cup.
I love the FA Cup.
Like, you saw yesterday with some of the allocations. Who was it? Like, for example, QPR taking 9,000 today at West Ham.
Yeah, brilliant.
There's something special about the FA Cup. We saw the upset. They're calling it the biggest upset of all time. We don't want to be on the end of something like that.
No.
See that Palace one?
We need to take this game seriously.
The reigning holders of the cup go straight out.
Incredible. You know, and that's what.
And you saw what
the
Sean
FA Cup
Dyche said about the Forest players. He wasn't.
Yeah, he wasn't
happy.
happy.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that we will be professional. I mean, we should beat Portsmouth. You said it, 21st in the Championship. They're not.
They'll make changes as well, Laurie.
And they've got injuries too.
They'll make changes today as well. Like, so I don't, you know, like Arsenal should still win this comfortably today.
So quick super chat in before the team news is released at 1 o'clock. At Cameron_Brooks1. Forget about Mark Gahey. There is one player we should be signing this summer, and that is Morgan Rogers.
Oh yeah, especially after yesterday.
Bid 150 million for him.
Do you know what I mean? He's my favourite player outside the Arsenal player. I've always said
I like him as well.
And he's gone up in my estimation yesterday. Like, I love what he done yesterday. Like, you know?
Did you notice, right, the energy that Paulinho had for Ollie Watkins?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Compared to the energy, he literally ran away from Morgan Rogers.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That exposed Paulinho so badly. Okay, Ollie Watkins was a little bit naughty.
But he's
He
also an
bumps
Arsenal
into
fan, isn't he?
Yeah. So that was a little bit naughty. So I can understand Paulinho getting a little bit upset. I would have been wound up at that as well because he differently bumped into him celebrating. But after Morgan Rogers come for you, the way your energy was completely different
as well. I'll tell you what, and he tried to get round the back.
Literally running away from it.
Yeah.
So big up to Morgan Rogers.
And always, do you know what? He always scores against Spurs as well, doesn't he? Like, you know what I mean?
He's quality.
I like Morgan Rogers because I think this is a guy that can play. Like, at the moment, people don't realise it, but he's playing on the left side of Villa's team at the minute. Like, but he can play in the 10, he can play as the 8. There's 3 positions he can play, and he plays them all very, very well. Like,
and kudos to Arsenal because when we played them recently, we kept him quiet. Man.
Yeah. So I would definitely surprise him out of Villa's going to cost a lot of money, or you're going to have.
I don't think Villa will let him go.
Well, they might do if you give him one of our top players.
Who's that?
Well, dare I say it, a Gyökeres or someone like that.
Nah, man, we're not doing that. Actually, we didn't put Ranieri in the team today, did we?
Right, guys,
We've got to get
so
some
the
minutes
team news is out.
Oh, like far away.
Okay, here we go. So we have got Kepa in goal.
Yeah.
Yep.
We've got Ben White at right back.
I said that, yep.
Got Christian Norgard at centre back.
Interesting.
Gabriel at centre back.
Yep.
Miles Lewis Skelly at left back.
Here for that.
This is interesting. Midfield. Marino.
Yeah.
Eze.
Yep. Odegaard.
No, good. Gyökeres?
Wanyeri.
Oh, nice one.
Wanyeri's
I like
in.
that, yeah.
Right hand side, Madueke. Left hand side, Martinelli. Straight through the middle.
Gyökeres.
Jesus.
Jesus.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. So, Kepa, White, Norgard, Gabriel, Lewis Skelly, Eze Mourinho, Wanyeri, Madueke, Martinelli, and Jesus.
I do like that team, to be honest.
Yeah, that's good. Who's the captain?
It's a good question. It's a good question.
Surely
I will find out
Gabriel.
for you, Mr. Judges. So, on the bench, we've got Raya, Timber, Salmon, Zubimendi, Rice, Odegaard, Saka, Havertz, and Gyökeres.
So Havertz is on the bench.
He's on the bench.
Right, so there's an interesting, 20 minutes from the end, who are you putting on, Gyökeres or Havertz?
I'm gonna bring Gyökeres on just because do you know why? Havertz has featured on the bench in a few games ago, and then he was not up for selection. There's obviously an ongoing injury issue, and he needs to get fit. I don't want to see Jesus play more than 60 minutes at all. I don't care regardless of the situation because I don't want a guy to be out for the rest of the season. You've got to manage his load. You've got to be sensible with this. And you have got to manage Havertz's injury. You could go from having another injury crisis up front or having all 3 of them fit by just managing them correctly.
Yeah, makes sense. But I would play Gyökeres because, like I said, he's badly in need of a goal. And I don't care if it comes off his bum.
He could play Havertz in midfield at some point, couldn't he? Get him some minutes. I think, Listen, I think we the one thing I do, you know, when you keep this talk now about Gay and all that, we need someone. We're
You think we need to buy in January?
Yeah.
So Marino is the captain.
Marino, I did say that, didn't I?
You did?
Did you? Were good.
So I will say this when I look at it, like, you know what I mean, like Nketiah is going to be out for 4 or 5 weeks with that hamstring injury, isn't he? I think, you know, we're a little bit short at the back, like that. Mosquera's not been back for ages. Can't keep relying on Gabriel and Saliba to play, you know, 3 games. We're fortunate this week we can do it.
Yep.
We're fortunate probably next week we can do it with the Chelsea game, and then into Milan we can rest a few, like, do you know what I mean, like, because of the Champions League. But there's going to be
showing that you can put Norgard in there. I would say, and I know this is going to sound slightly controversial, I would say if we are going to buy somebody in January, it might need to be a forward, because it's not just Gyökeres. Our goals are, if not drying up, we do need to be scoring more goals. When you consider the amount of chances we're creating to the amount of goals we're scoring, there's a big deficit there.
Yeah.
Even Saka's numbers, dare I say, are not as good as they could be. Martinelli's and Trossard's scored quite a few goals this season. But you know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
If we're going to win the title, which I do think we will, we might need a little bit of help in that area.
Definitely. So we've got the watch-along starting at 1:45, guys, so make sure you'll stay tuned for that. Also, unfortunately, Christian's not with us today. He's not well, so get well soon, mate.
Get well soon, mate.
Look forward to seeing you when you are better. Quick super chat here from @Chappie48. History doesn't care about injuries when it comes to winning titles or tournaments. But on a personal level, given the injuries we've faced this year, are you happy with where we are right now?
Absolutely. I'm not one of those fans that was overly critical. I mean, myself and Lee were talking off camera, and I was saying I was quite relaxed with the draw against Liverpool. Don't get me wrong, it's not what I wanted, but we got the draw. I'm neither happy about it, neither am I sad about it. At the end of the day, we're 6 points clear. We didn't concede, we didn't lose. The title is still very much in our hands. We're in a great position. 6 points gives you margin for error. We move to the next one. It's a long season.
Yeah, we're in a great position, as you say, 6 points in front. We're semi-final on Wednesday to look forward to. Chelsea away, fantastic. Yep. You know what I mean? Portsmouth now, nice campaign, which is a good thing today, where we've been able to rotate a lot of our players out. Aston Villa couldn't do that yesterday, and a couple of other teams couldn't. Obviously, City could. You know what I mean? Because they had Exeter, like, you know, and we've been able to do it today. You know, like, if you would say to go into the January period, busy period, not only on top of that, you're top of the Champions League group, where you haven't got to, you know, we only got to win 1 out of those 2 games to guarantee ourselves top 2. So, that means home or an away advantage for the rest of the knockout stages for us, depending how far we get. But we're always going to be away from home in the first leg, up until the final, obviously the final, if we get first or second. So I think it's been very, very positive. Like, could it have been better? Yeah, of course it could have been. Like, you know what I mean? I think we didn't do enough to win that game on Thursday at home. Is disappointing. But at the end of it, like, you know, the manager showed this season that it's been okay. Like, you know, I look back at the Chelsea game, which was unbelievable. Going to go back there in the cup. Went there in the league. They're celebrating on the streets. You know, we were still 6 points in front of them at the end of that day, and we was disappointed coming away from that game not winning. I don't know how many points we're in front of Chelsea now, so that we're in a good position. Like, you know, just got to maintain it, and injuries are going to be a big part of it, Marty. We've got to, you know, be very, very careful of that. And we've got games coming up where we can rest players, so we're in a good position.
So is this a really good time to be an Arsenal fan, considering when you look around at the rest of the Premier League? Obviously, you've got Manchester United and the managerless situation. You've got Fletcher filling in from Chelsea, have just signed Liam Rossini as their manager. I mean, for me, I thought Maresca was doing a good job early into his tenure. I think they were a centre-back and a goalkeeper away from good success. Manchester City have faltered They've got 2 centre-backs out, their main centre-back, Guardiola and Diaz, out for long periods. You know, when you look around the rest of the Premier League, obviously what's going on with Tottenham, there's some serious chaos, and Arsenal look to be, you know, I think our biggest talking point at the moment is Victor Gyökeres and, you know, us wanting him to score more goals. But in reality, you know, is it us being greedy? Is it just us?
No, I don't think so.
You know?
Don't forget, Gyökeres was brought to the club. There was a big fanfare. Incidentally, the fee wasn't that much, really, was it? 58 million by today's standards. This is not much, but there was a big hype around him. I mean, if you think back to last season, the reason why we wanted somebody of Gyökeres' ilk was because, remember, we had the 14 draws.
Yes.
And a lot of people were saying, myself included, that if we had a top-class striker, many of those draws would have been turned into wins. So the fact that he's not performing to the levels that we expected is disappointing. However, it is still, he's only been at the club a few months. We can't write the project off yet, surely. But he does need to elevate, he does.
I agree, and the other thing is that there's always been chaos in the league. You know what I mean? A few years ago, it was us who was in changing our managers and things like that. And, you know, last season it was like Man City were in freefall, if you remember, like lost about 4 or 5 games on the spin. Well, Liverpool didn't. Arsenal had injuries. So this is always a recurring. And is it a good time to be an Arsenal fan? It's always a good time to be an Arsenal fan.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, 100%. And you say 14 draws. I mean, at the moment, in all competitions, I believe we've got 5 draws, 2 defeats, and obviously the rest of them wins.
And even the two defeats that we had, Liverpool last minute, Villa last seconds. So no one's playing us off the park. So like Lee said, it's a good time to be an Arsenal.
And if you're going to be honest, listen, it's never a good time to lose, but a 2-1 loss to Aston Villa at the time, I think they were 3rd in the league. And obviously going away to Anfield, a tight game, 1-0. Yeah. Listen, it's not like when Villa came to our place, they got ironed out 4-1. They got absolutely, you know, I'm not seeing that. Those defeats are, you know, where you're consistent, and then you just literally fall apart. You concede a load of goals. We haven't conceded over 3 goals.
But that can happen at any decent side can concede and all that. It's what you do afterwards. And I look at Aston Villa, since they got stuff from us, have you know what I mean, been okay. Like, you know what I mean, all right, they drew at Palace, but they've gone to Spurs yesterday and won and all that. Like, the greatest thing from an Arsenal point of view, it was a tough loss at Villa. You know, I felt it big time, you know what I mean? But look at what we've done since. Dropped just 2 points since. Yeah. Which was a draw against Liverpool. Other than that, we've won 1-1.
And that's the thing. A lot of people are waiting for Arsenal to implode. All the fans from other clubs. They're going to fall apart. You watch, they'll bottle it. And so far, we've not shown any signs of that. OK, there have been 1 or 2 games where we've not performed to expectation. And I would say that Liverpool was one of those. But here's the thing. We didn't lose that game. Let's be honest, we didn't really come close to losing against Liverpool. There's a lot of hype about the possession that Liverpool had in the second half, and I get that. They did.
Yeah, but that's because we let them have it.
Well, yeah, and they didn't even register a single shot on goal in the second half.
Do you know what the thing is when we're bad, we're still good enough. And we're not, you know, in seasons gone by, playing that badly in the second half,
we'd always
against the top side, against the reigning Premier League champions, you'd get put to the sword, you'd get put away. And it was a 0-0. We still kept a clean sheet. We ain't kept a clean sheet against Liverpool since 2015 in any game as well.
And you also have to...
That's again, where are you getting these stats from?
What do you mean?
Well, we drew with him a couple of years ago.
Stat-man.
In the
Premier League, no, doing
you'll say Premier League. He said in all game.
No, I said in any game. I meant to say afterwards in the Premier League. Sorry, Lee.
That's fine.
Sorry, if that's all right, we'll just get that clear, yeah?
Yeah, that's fine. Just look in the camera and say I did it wrong.
Shoot me down days now, what? God,
well, you're in the hot seat, mate.
I just remember going up to Anfield in the League Cup semi-final draw. Remember when Grant Xhaka got sent off very early?
Should we rename the show to starting to have a go at Marty's in the middle?
You know what I mean? If you're going to host, and you got, you know, you can't.
We've got to take the grief. I don't see Christian gets this sort of level of grief. Do you know what I mean?
You've got to get them right.
So, quick super chat in, guys, at Tay_plays 114. I can't watch because I got a game. Come on, Arsenal. Thanks for the super chat. Most appreciated.
He's got a game. What, he's got a game?
I think he's playing. It sounds like he's playing. So, another super chat at Deja Vu 6196. Hope to see the combination of Gyök and Madueke for some time today. I have a feeling they will click because Madueke crosses well. Do you know what? We saw that the other night against Liverpool, where Madueke comes on, he runs down the right-hand side, puts a fantastic ball in the perfect position for someone like Gyökeres. But Gyökeres was sitting on the bench.
Yeah, but I'm sorry, Jesus is a number 9 as well. He should be in there. You know what I mean? But he's not.
I think you'll find today that with Jesus in the team, he gives us a different type of energy. He's a very different number 9 player. Gyökeres.
Yeah.
So, and it's good that we've got that variation in the team.
Yeah, they're very different.
But I would like to have seen Gyökeres start today. I've got to admit, I would have. Listen, I'm happy for Jesus. He's earned it because he's played well when he's come on as sub.
What if, let's put a little scenario to you. He gets hat-trick today, Jesus. Does he start? Who's starting on Wednesday?
Well, he would have to start. If a man scores a hat-trick, you can't leave him out for the next game. That would be foolish.
Again, this goes back down. I've watched Jesus for since he's been at this club, and I know his injury record. He is a bit injury prone.
But even that notwithstanding, he's never been a prolific striker. You have to go back to his City days.
He's banged some goals in, man, for us.
Yeah, but he's never hit 20 in a season, ever. I think the most he's ever hit in a season was for City. I think it was 13 or something like that.
Yeah.
So he's never been that prolific guy.
If he's creating for others and all that, like, you know, the perfect one for that was that Bobby Firmino, wasn't it? Like, you know what I mean? He weren't an ultimate goal scorer, but he made other players in and around him score goals. If Jesus does that, then we're fine. But, you know, we'll have to wait and see. I think the team's set up without
number 9, and I know me and you have gone back and forth about this. The last number 9 we had at the club that was a proper out-and-out striker that banged goals. Who was that?
Well,
Aubameyang.
Yeah.
And when he was at the club, we had Lee over there. Lee's my guy, but you used to be quite critical of his work rate. And I always used to say to you, Lee, look, Lee, don't worry about the work rate. If he's banging goals, that's what we want. Now we've got a guy that's working hard, but he's not scoring.
I agree, but at the end of the day, the way that he played was never going to work with Arteta. Never going to work.
That's also true. That's also true. But if we had Aubameyang now,
I think if you slotted Aubameyang into this side now...
Where would he play?
Up front, where Gyökeres...
but it'd break down all the time.
No, but he'd be scoring goals.
Yeah, but it would be breaking down all the time because that's, you know what I mean...
We'd be further ahead in the league, 100%.
I don't know, because in this system, I don't know, because you've got to be able to hold the ball up and bring others into it in this system. And
but do you think Gyökeres does that, though?
No, and I think that's why it's failing a little bit with him as well. I think with Aubameyang, that was one of his, you know what I mean, like, biggest failures, wasn't it? Like he couldn't trap.
What do you prefer, though? Do you prefer somebody that's going to hold the ball out or put the ball in the net?
Put the ball in the net, personally.
That's it.
But what I would like is someone that can do both.
Well, this is it. But not everyone's Haaland, man.
You can't have it all.
I mean, look at the strikers in the Premier League at the moment.
I'll ask you a question, and I'll tell you afterwards. There's one player out there that would suit our system down to the ground by the way he plays.
What, as a striker?
As a striker.
Osherman?
No.
Was he in the Premier League already?
He's not in the Premier League now.
He's not in the Premier League now.
Past player or present?
He's still playing. Scores loads of goals. Scored a load of them in North London.
Oh,
Harry Kane.
Vardy.
Harry Kane.
Oh.
Harry Kane would suit Arsenal down the ground because he can drop in.
He does a lot.
And then he can get on the end of things. We've got Jesus who can drop in and can't get in on the end of it. And someone like Aubameyang can get on the end of it and can't drop in. We need someone that can do both. And there ain't that many out there that can do that.
But I'll tell you what else Aubameyang could do, which Gyökeres so far has not come close to doing. Aubameyang could pick up the ball from outside the box, beat 2 men and curl it.
Well, he won the FA Cup for us, didn't he? I've got to say, like, on his own.
Yeah, and he did it in the semi-final and
the final. Yeah.
Do you think we missed a trick not signing Julian Alvarez?
What, instead of... I don't know. You know what I mean? Listen, if you said to me at the beginning, say, who do we want? I always felt like we needed someone like Gyökeres that was completely different to the guys that we've got. Someone that was an out-and-out goal scorer. Like if you want to play against a top team where you've got to control the game and hold the ball up, you bring in Havertz. If you want to go smash a team, you play Gyökeres. But it's just not worked. I don't know why. I cannot put my finger on it why it has not worked.
Or could it be because we might have to swallow our pride a little and maybe face the facts that Gyökeres is maybe not quite as good as we thought? He's a good player, but he's come from the Portuguese league. They have a record of their strikers. We saw it with
Top scorer in the
Nunes.
Champions League, though, Laurie.
Yeah, I know. It's a weird one. Listen, I'll be tempted to give the man more fun because I was a big advocate for him. I can remember when debates were raging between Arsenal fans as to who. Do we go with Sesko or do we go with Gyökeres? And I was like, Gyökeres every time. Because my rationale was we need somebody coming in the team, proven goal scorer. People are bigging up Sesko, and I get it. You know what I mean? The potential, the stats, this, that, XG. I'm saying that's all fine and dandy, but he's never been prolific. We need somebody who can score goals. We need to win the title now. I went for Gyökeres, not quite working. But we're still topping the table.
Back in the day, right? Back in the day. I'm going back a few years now. Like, we bought a player called Lee. We bought a player called Lee Chapman. Right?
Yes, in 80...
81, 82 we bought him. Like, we were struggling at the time. We needed a centre forward. He was a gun, right? It didn't work at Arsenal. Like, he had one season at Arsenal. He went to, I think, Sheffield Wednesday after that, Leeds, West Ham. Scored wherever he went. Won the title with Leeds. Scored wherever he went. He just did not fit in at Arsenal.
Looks like Andy Cole.
And, Andy Cole was...
And I referenced earlier Franny Jeffers. He was supposed to be our fox in the box.
For whatever reason, it doesn't work. It's not timing, because he's had all the time in the world, you know what I mean? Like, you talk to people like David Bentley, who was a fantastic footballer, but when he was getting into the team, to get into the team, he had to play against Lundberg, Perez, you know what I mean, like Bergkamp. It weren't happening. Timing was the wrong thing. Timing for Gyökeres has been there. It's somewhere along, for whatever reason you can say, it's not working. I don't know why.
Okay, so let me pose this question. We go and win the Champions League and the Carabao Cup this season, and Gyökeres gets 8 goals this season. Has it worked?
Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit if it works or not? Like,
there you go.
But he won't be at Arsenal long term.
No,
because Arsenal, you have to, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter how good it is, it ain't good enough. You know what I mean? Like, if you're saying the Champions League, it's the course of the whole season. Like, you've got. Listen, at this moment in time, we're 6 points clear.
Yep.
Right? And I think that he's not contributed that much in that, if I'll be honest. But he has contributed, like, you know what I mean? Like, but at the end of the day, you're never going to... listen, for me, Laurie said it earlier on, which is right, you know what I mean? A goal scorer is judged on his goals. If he's got 5 goals at the end of the season, or 8 goals at the end of the season, you know what I mean? Someone else along this team has stepped up.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what, I would have to agree with the judge on that one. The football at the top level is ruthless, and what I see where Arsenal are going is I honestly do believe you'll win the title. But I think somebody like Arteta and the Kroenkes and that, they will say, the approach they'll have is like, let's try and create a dynasty now.
Yeah.
Let's, you know what I mean? So what you do when if you win the title, say, hypothetically speaking, you win the title, I think Arsenal will be ruthless. They will look at certain positions and say, in order for us to go on and win more major honours, we need to level up.
Yep.
If there are players that are not cutting it,
they'll be gone.
They'll be gone. Seriously, I think that's what.
And that's how
you run a top team.
That's how elite football is.
Yeah.
Elite sport is. You know what I mean? Like, if you're not,
he'll be moved on.
If you're not good enough, you're moved on. Whether it be cricket, football, whatever, you've got you've got to do that. And at this moment in time, look, I don't think there's any Arsenal fan out there that was not wanted Gyökeres to be successful.
I really wanted it.
You know what I mean?
And I still do.
For it, like, you are, because you're saying you wanted to play him against Portsmouth today.
So just to clarify on this situation before we wrap it up, we're not being overcritical on Gyökeres.
No, there's only one guy I know, right, that is a bigger fan of Gyökeres than me. You know who that is? Ryan in our production team.
Okay. You outed him straight away.
Ryan is the biggest. The man's got pictures of Gyökeres
on his wall
bedroom
and in his wallet, everything.
And
He started smoking.
Opened his visor in his car.
He has, to be fair to Ryan has been backing Gyökeres every step of the way.
Okay. So, I didn't know this.
Yeah, apparently.
Now everyone does.
I see the WhatsApp group yesterday.
No, seriously, Lee's right. If he 8 goals will not be considered good enough. And it isn't really, is it? We was all saying, right, prior to the season, we got Gyökeres, he's a 20-goal-a-season man.
Yeah.
Because we looked at the stats and we just thought, yeah, man. And coming into a team like this as well, we thought, can't miss.
Listen, if he was to ignite now, right, and really, Arsenal would be unbelievable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but I don't see it igniting. I don't know what everybody else thinks.
We're
like,
hoping,
you know what I mean?
but
So,
we'll see.
So 10 changes in the side. Do you know that if 16-year-old Marley Salmon comes on, he will be our youngest ever player in the FA Cup if he comes on?
where you got that stat from? Make sure you got that right.
Stat right.
Is this correct? Please fact check it. What beef with my stats?
No. Listen.
Well, if he does come on, it'll be a good sign because it'll be a sign that Arsenal winning the game comfortably and we can afford to bring him on. So all sort of jokes and banter aside, this is a big game for Arsenal because
It's a huge game. Yeah,
we need to win.
They all are.
And you saw yesterday with Forest, over the weekend, and with who was it?
Palace.
Crystal Palace. If you don't turn up with the right attitude, mate. Sean Dyche spoke yesterday. I heard him yesterday. I actually felt a bit sorry for him, saying, look, these guys have been knocking on my door, asking for opportunities. He goes, I'll give them the opportunity. What are they going to do? He goes, now I know.
Yeah.
He goes, the only good thing to come out of the game against, was it? Wrexham was, now I know who my best 11 is and who I can trust and who I can't trust. That was a damning indictment of those guys on the periphery.
Big up Aaron Ramsdale, by the way. Three penalties he saved, like, you know, he ain't saved 3 penalties all his career, like, you know, done it in one game. Well done, Aaron.
So, quick super chat at Big G from the group home. I got my popcorn ready for the Madwakey show. Come on, you Gunners. Do you reckon this is a game for him that he can really...
I'm here for it.
I'm here for it. Like, I want him to be... I want him to have a performance today where I'm saying, do you know what?
He's got to start.
He's got to start against Chelsea.
And he'll be aware of that. He must know that.
And I think if he produces today, he will start against Chelsea.
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah, and Saka will be...
Because of the Chelsea link?
No, yeah, well, that, and I think, like, you know, it's a cup game, and I think that Saka needs a rest, and I think, like, Saka
needs a rest?
You know what I mean? Like, and I wouldn't play Saka.
He's signed a big contract, man.
So, well, he's got a rest, hasn't he? Like, he's got to count the money.
I mean, it'll be interesting to see, obviously, without jumping too far ahead, you know, how he plays, because obviously the first leg at Stamford Bridge, obviously you keep that tight. The second leg at our place, so it will be interesting to see after this game whether he keeps with the changes the players.
That's going to be a big game.
It was a massive game for us. But we play on the Wednesday, and then Saturday we play Forest, so we've got to be wary of that. We don't want to be going to Forest, and I don't want to pick. But we're a little bit jaded and all that. Like, it's got to be this rotation thing has got. I don't want to see Declan Rice playing Wednesday. You know what I mean? Like, what I want to see.
Really?
I want to see us go.
But he didn't play today. He's not playing today.
No.
Yeah, so he's nice.
Semi-final of a big
nice
cup, man.
Fresh for Saturday.
Semi-final of a big cup, London derby.
We've got 2 legs to do that. You know what I mean? Just keep it tight.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean? Do it. Make sure you get some sort of result, and then bring them back.
Okay, interesting. So, a quick super chat at goonforlife_Wayne. No service for Gyökeres. Have we seen one clear 1v1 chances? He can be better, but we need to get him some service. Let's be real. We did see a clear 1v1 in the game
against Brighton.
Yeah, and he passed it straight to the
That's a fair comment. He hasn't had no because of the way we play.
Yeah, I mean, there is something to be said. I was making that point the other day that we're still not, I think.
When do we get one-on-ones,
games,
Laurie?
right?
When do we get a one-on? When is a player at Arsenal, you off the back of your head now, think of it, when a player's running through with a goalkeeper one-on-one. Any time you think about it, name me one now. It's very hard.
It is really.
We do not, and a lot of that reason is because teams drop off and play a lot of blocks against us, right? So they're not high up. Yeah. But first one that's come to mind, West Ham last season, Havertz when he went through. But I can't think of one.
Bayern Munich.
Who?
Martinelli puts it past Neuer this season.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
Yeah. I know, but that was how high. But that's the football they play. It's Bayern Munich. When you're like
Martinelli against Chelsea.
Martinelli against Chelsea. Exactly what you're saying is these teams do set. Of course, listen, they're not going to come and play football, as it were, with us and leave themselves exposed at the back so we can get in behind. That's
but Lee is also right. If you look at the way Arsenal play, I mean, it is pretty predictable, let's be honest. We go side to side, use the flanks, they cut back in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And
it's very structured.
Don't really play a high line against us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like, when you know, the ball over the top, running on with just to keep the beat, it don't happen that often against Arsenal, for Arsenal. It doesn't.
I mean, the other night, not being funny, mate, but Virgil and Konate, they had an easy time.
Yeah.
Well, let's be honest.
Yeah, they did. They weren't really testing it too much.
They didn't have to have a shower.
Yeah. So
they had an easy time, man.
A quick super chat here from @Dre2K. Junior Krupi cannot miss this one.
Oh, he's a young lad from Bournemouth.
Good player.
Good player.
Very good player.
I've heard, do you know what? Craig from the Cherries podcast was raving about him, saying that he's going to be the next Thierry Henry.
He looks very good.
I wouldn't go that far, mate, but it's...
Listen, I didn't say it, but don't twist my words. I didn't say that. He said that.
No pressure then.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Yeah. But I would say he has impressed me. He looks sharp.
Very good. Good player.
Good stuff. So, comes to the end of the show, unfortunately. But, fortunately, we have got the watch-along.
Don't you want our prediction, right?
Sorry, yeah, you're correct. Let's go for some predictions.
He's having a bad.
I was going to...
He's too busy interested in stats.
Stats,
Yeah.
okay.
Stat
right, let's go. I was actually going to close the show and then I was going to come on. Right, okay, so let's go. Let's go for some predictions, Laurie.
I'm going Portsmouth. They're not a very good side. I've done my homework on them and they've got some injuries. Yes, they're at home, but we should be able to cope with that. Portsmouth 0, Arsenal 3.
Cool. Lee?
4. I'm going big.
You're going for it, aren't you?
What, is this an auction?
No, I raise you 1. I think like, listen, do you know what? You never know what you're going to get with Arsenal these days. You know, like it could turn up.
No, but there are a few players in there. I like that side that will be hungry.
They will be
exactly
hungry. That. We've got players there hungry that I think need to produce.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like Martinelli being one of them.
Gyökeres being another.
Yeah. You raising me on that again?
No, but you know what I'm saying, right? These guys, if you're on the periphery of the team, you're a Gyökeres, you're thinking, right, I'm going to show this man
what I'm about.
And listen, come Wednesday, you better pick me because I'm going to show you tonight that you can't afford to leave me out. You know what I mean? These guys must be itching. Norgard's another one.
Yeah,
he's got to be thinking.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
I'm going to go 3-0 to Arsenal. I'm tempted to go. This could be like when you look at City yesterday, 10-1. I'm not saying 10-1
in the stream, Martin. It's not going to be 10.
No. I'm saying it could be 5. It could be 5 or 6.
Arsenal
That's what I'm saying. Not 10.
They're not got that ruthless
No, I'm not saying
never,
10.
Ever.
You should take the words. What I was saying that it could be 5 or 6, but I think realistically.
So why mention Man City then? Why mention
it could
Man
be
City
5
or 6?
A higher scoring game.
He has got a point. You mentioned City, and there's a no. I'm not saying City.
So why mention
it?
Because it could be a higher scoring game.
How much? What, 7, 8?
Listen, it could be. You don't know. Listen, they're 4th and bottom in the Championship.
Yeah.
Do they need the extra games in the FA Cup? Listen, they've won it before. Listen,
we did smoke Portsmouth back in the day.
Yes.
When Henry was at the club. And the reason why I remember, I think we beat them 5-1. Was it 2004?
Yeah.
In the FA Cup.
Yep.
And the reason why I remember that, because the Portsmouth fans kept cheering Henry every time he... Remember that?
Yeah, I
You were probably at that game.
Give him a
They had this weird love for Henry.
Reception like that. As it happens, ever since he went back there, he had a fantastic reception.
Yeah, they had this weird kind of loving for Henry.
We've got a 22-game unbeaten streak against Portsmouth.
Well, here we go.
There we go. Thank you for that.
That one's for you,
I'm
Mr.
going to call you
Judges.
AI Marty.
Is that in all comps?
You know what I'm going to call him? AI Marty. Because I reckon you spent all night on AI. Which is good, though. Big up.
Research. Come on, I'm a professional, man. Do you know what I mean? So, 3-0.
3-0.
4-0, 3-0.
No, you've got 10-1, haven't you?
10-0.
12-0,
He's going 10-0, mate.
Yeah, so you heard it here first. We will be back in about 15 minutes for the watch-along. We have got a couple of other guests which are going to be joining the panel. Please check out the AFTV app. Please get involved with the watch-along and all of AFTV's other content. Thank you very much, Mr. Laurie Lyle.
It's been a pleasure, man. I loved it.
And thank you very much for having a Go at me,
No,
Mr.
worries,
Lee
don't
Judges.
worry, be better next time, like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, that's what Mikel wants. He wants you to improve all the time.
He goes, it's just a warm-up, you know.
All right,
Iron
okay.
sharpens iron, mate.
The main event is coming shortly, 15 minutes.
Oh, we're not the main event then? Like, all right, okay, like, doing that morale when he could, are you?
Oh, so, I've been Marty, this has been AFTV, Starting 11 show, signing out.